Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second race of the MX5 Mania. This race is taking place on Daytona Road. Interesting track with these cars. We're expecting two 12 lap times, maybe two 11s if the drivers work together and bump draft each other. Looks like it's going to be all high-speed corners. Expected drivers will not be going past lower than third gear. And only up to fifth gear unless they are in the tow, in which they might be able to hit sixth. Current standings for the championship as Penguin and Martin Smith are tied for the first position, but from my understanding, Penguin will not be making this race, so he'll be using his drop round. After that, we have Kevin Woodward, and followed by David Martin, the pole sitter and the race one winner, but unfortunately did not have a good race two. Hopefully he can have a more consistent result this time around. Next is Tyler Van Beek, and then we have Adrian Pezzolato, Sauce Penwilly, Brandon Williams, Pasha, Giovanni West, Elpo, Smoke, Randy, and then Brad. It'll be interesting to see if any of the drivers are willing to work together for Quali today. To get the better lap times. For the race, it seems that if you lose the pack, you're going to be losing a second per lap. So it's really important to kind of stay in that pack, really kind of have that mentality in the race. It's like favorites for pole sitter today will be either Martin Smith or James Leader, putting in the best times for practice. Both 2:12, only a 10th off of each other, less than a 10th actually. Followed by Quaz with just behind them with less than 10th as well, and then closely followed by Dave Martin, who was our pole sitter last time. Maybe if he can duplicate his results again, as Willie goes into the wall. Celebrate the end of that. So Quali is about to get underway here in just a short minute of time. Looks like we got 17 drivers so far. Hopefully we get a few more. The more the better. Warren Smith with that very nice looking white steering wheel that everyone went a little gaga over. This version of Daytona Road seems to be a little bit more narrow than the traditional one. Before, you could easily fit two GT3s across, no problem. Now it's more of a matter of just... And we are starting now. On board with Nico, one of the funniest men of Plebian. Seems to not... Is this solo qualifying? Is that why I can't actually see anything? Or is it just the server not liking what's going on here? 1 second, folks. I apologize for this. Huh. Well, this is always fun. Sorry about that, people. Not really sure. I think it's maybe to prevent the bump drafting advantage for people that we've gone to a solo quali. I can't actually see what's going on. So that's fun. You just be chilling. So we someone disconnected. 1 second, folks.
NASCAR don't like it when there's lightning.
Yes,
sir.
I don't know the track, so we're on the same boat here.
I probably also have some wrong settings because the lights look absolute garbage. At least I can see stuff.
Yeah, the only bright lights for me are the lights for pit lane.
Joe, what I would do in your scenario is I would find some filler to talk about. That or just that,
Joe,
or
you can bring me in with you.
Yeah.
Just for quali, because I ain't qualifying good either way.
Okay, there's a chicane there.
Hi, buddy.
So I brought due to qualifying being solo, due to I guess avoiding the bump drafting, I brought in Jordan here today to assist me during this 6 minutes. So where are you going to qualify, Jordan? Where are you hoping? What would you be happy with?
I'm gonna qualify in 13th.
13th.
Yep.
Looks like I see some.
Not qualifying good. It just about spun it in that last corner. So.
Are you running a different setup for quali than you are for the race, or?
Just lower fuel. Figured I'm not working setups on this car. Penguin's doing most of that work, so I'm using his setup, and I'll just drop the fuel down to 5 laps and run quali with it.
Tires not gonna give out on you after 5 laps.
It's AC. I'm not too worried about the tires.
That is true. So far, we have Dave in pole, but that time will definitely be taking as he has a 2:15.5.
Oof. Yeah, I could see him definitely hitting in the 2:12 mark. Might get a couple people hitting 2:11 in quali, but might be pushing that.
Yeah, fastest time was a 2:12.5. I'm not sure what the temperature differences for the race are compared to the practice server, but it seems everyone's a little bit slower. We got a few people coming across now. Dave's still on pole with a 2:12.7, followed by Tyler. Oh, Dave just got pushed off by both Martin Smith and Quaz. So we're already Martin Smith already with a 2:12.0, so 2:11 is very possible actually. Jordan getting to 2:13.7 in 9th, much better than you thought.
I don't think it'll stick, but here's to hoping. I did do a little spin there, so I have some room for improvement.
Where do you think the best overtaking opportunities are for this race?
Might be ballsy, but I'd say bus stop would be an interesting spot to try to take someone.
Yes, I've seen many times in real races that has never worked, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It always seems to last lap shenanigans.
Well, I saw a real finish at this track for MX5s, and they were 6 wide going across the line at the end. People driving into the grass, just everybody was still so close there that they pushed it. So
6 wide finish.
It'd be interesting. Yeah.
That would be incredible to see.
Lots of bumping. Yeah.
So they do actually race MX5s in real life here.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I think it was the 2nd track on their calendar this year.
Oh, nice. I wonder if Dave did that on purpose. Just kidding. We know we did. So,
Dave ain't got that kind of foresight.
we love you, Dave. Don't worry. We appreciate
Sometimes.
you. Yes. Sometimes. When you're not stealing all my social coins,
Oh.
Jordan, you're still in 10th. So good showing from
I'm
you.
gonna have to put a delta on at some point because I don't actually have one active anymore, and I can never tell until I go across the line if I'm doing better on a lap or worse.
Oh yeah. It can kind of bite you in the ass sometimes, but
Yeah.
looking at that delta, I'm getting nervous.
Well, I knew that last one was gonna be bad because I dropped into second in a third gear corner. Definitely spun it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same corner as the lap before, actually.
Which corner is
Braking in
that?
this car. The last right on the infield.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, that one would be. I always had trouble with that in some of the races we've done here.
The late apex.
Yeah, I've never been that great. I always like want to hold the curb like it's my favorite granny. So.
Yeah, I just held the curb on it and spun it again. Well, not spun, but slid. That's all right. I'm mostly looking forward to Chicago in this, so if I don't do good at Daytona, it's no sweat.
Yeah, as long as you stay in the draft, I think you'll be fine to race.
I noticed in practice when we had a group of like 5 or 6 running around that cars were still staying relatively close to each other, so I don't think pulling away is going to be something super easy here.
Yeah, we saw in the first race that Dave and Martin were both fighting each other the entire race, and neither one of them could really get away from each other. So. It's like we're coming down to the last minute. No one in the 211s quite yet. Warren Smith still at provisional pull at 212.0. Top 5 drivers all separated by 7/10. Not too bad.
Not too bad.
It'd be a good race. James Leader was actually my favorite for pole, but he's only in P4 at the moment, but only 4/10 off. Alpo put in front of lap. 13-1.
I could see James by the end of the race doing something pretty nutty.
Yeah, James, our famous I don't practice and I go and win driver.
Yeah. His 10 minutes into the race. Oh, I figured it out. Here's 2 10s.
Yep. But just it's as long as his 10 lap overtakes that he's famous for as well.
Yep. I remember when I lost him at Long Beach.
That
It was
was
about a year ago, and it still hurts.
that was a really good race for you till the end.
Yeah.
One of the most competitive seasons for you.
The first half was really good. The second half was not, but
I remember you lapping me in the first in Long Beach. Actually, I think there was some kind of shenanigans going on. Did everyone?
I mean, it was legit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So credit to you for sure. Is that quali over now? Is everyone across the line?
We are in overtime, so I'm about to put in my last lap.
Cool.
Well, I'm on the banking, just about to go to the bus stop on my final quali lap. And I'm assuming it's an improvement because I finally didn't slide.
That's good. Sliding is cool, but not very fast, unfortunately. Unless you're in
Sadly, no.
a Fast and Furious movie, then it's a little better.
Oh, then you got family. Anything you do is fast.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. I saw a meme the other day. It was the Fast and Furious series is just the precursors to Star Wars.
How did they make that connection?
I mean, look at it. Dom has become more and more superhuman, superpower, whatever, as the series goes on. So I think the meme was him blowing up the Death Star and using family as a reference to the Force.
Oh,
Yeah, but
It's
no,
a
it
little-
was pretty entertaining.
it's a stretch, but I like it.
Yeah.
You know, family was important.
Family's important.
Hasalotto actually bumping Dave Martin to 6. Great showing from him. Hasalotto tends to have a better racecraft than Quali, but James leader in the first 2:11.8.
Yep. I did not improve my time.
Oh, all that talk.
I thought it was.
Oh, that hurts a little bit.
It's fine. That's Quali.
Okay.
Power shut off. Or I ran out of fuel.
Oh, well.
Uh,
Either way, your car did shut off.
my car is shut off.
All right. I'm going to interview James now. Thank you for joining me for the most exciting quali we got to watch, and for my end. And
Absolutely. I'll see you in a bit.
see you. James Leader, Pole Man. Welcome to the commentaries booth.
Thank you.
You were my favorite for pole.
I appreciate that.
I always love seeing your no practice, shenanigans and coming in and just only driver to get a 211.
Yeah, that last lap was nuts because I'd been sitting fourth for a while and had a couple of laps where I was up a 10th or two, and I made a mistake in the bus stop and lost some time. And coming across the line with 15 seconds left, I'm like, all right, this is my last shot. I got to nail it, and just every corner I improved on my PB and nailed the bus stop. Picked up like 3/10 there alone, and was just watching the time green all the way around the last corner onto the front straight.
Incredible stuff. Do you think you're going to be able to hold that in the race?
I hope so. So far, I haven't driven near anybody else, so
Oh,
throwing in some other cars is gonna change some things a little bit. So hopefully, I can hold on to that. But it should make race 2 interesting at least.
yeah. Are you gonna try to use the bump traps and pull away for the few other cars, or?
I'm gonna make it up as I go along.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dave Martin, our pole sitter from race 1, only P6 this time, but not too far off the rest of the pack. How do you feel?
Pretty rough. I was down. I'd love to check the sector times, but I don't have it up. I feel like I was down near half a second on what my practice server time was, not this session, but before. My delta was down 5/10, and I figured out how to take the bus stop, carried more speed than I was expecting, so I guess I didn't figure it out, and I lost my rear and went straight into the wall. So I may have had pole, I may not have had pole, but I would have been pretty damn close. So just a little unfortunate, but
So you're confident in your race pace then with that?
oh yeah, it's going to be hard to pull away. It looks like everybody at the front is really close. So if I can get a good start, then I should be able to keep up with everybody. And I have a feeling it might be better off being at the back of the front pack than being at the front of it.
Right.
I might have a little bit clearer of an experience, cleaner of an experience.
Well, I hope this same for you, and I appreciate you giving us your thoughts. Good luck in the race.
Thank you.
So we're about to begin race 1. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. The lighting is rather interesting. I wonder if it's going to affect the drivers in any way. I'm going to try to make it a little bit better for everyone to see. Hopefully this will improve the experience for everyone here. No, we did not. Looks like we're going back to the little bit of a noir kind of look, but I kind of dig it, not gonna lie. And no crazy vans this time to cause any mayhem, thankfully. That is all sorted out. Those crazy vans just pop out of nowhere. So it'll be interesting to see who gets off the line better. Looks like it's going to be a pretty straightforward race. Again, these cars are pretty good on tires, only 25-minute race. So you should be seeing pretty consistent 212s, especially if they're drafting. They might even get into 211s in the race. Looks like the temperature might be a little bit hotter because the times were a little slower than in the practice server. And looks like our lights are going. And here we go. And as the famous line goes, it's lights out and away we go. James, a little bit of wheel spin, but gets away well. Martin tucking in right behind him. Looks like everyone got away pretty cleanly. James holding the inside line. On board now with Martin coming into the first turn. Everyone's being pretty careful so far. Looks like Pasha making up a place on Daniel, as well as Randy making a place up on Jordan. Pezzolato passing Saucepan Willie. Looks like I'm board with Quaz here. Looks like they've all kept it pretty clean. Daniel making a move on Randy, as well as Woodward tossing Elpo. A little bit of argy-bargy going on behind Pezzolato here between Martin and Saucepan Willie. Dave going for the outside here, trying to drive around. This is where we should see some overtaking on the back straight here. Or the banking, rather. James Leader already pulling out quite a huge gap, though. 1.2 seconds ahead of everyone. He might be able to actually be free of the draft, and he could drive away with this. Looks like Pasha had a moment. I'm not sure what happened, but he has been dropped out to 15th. Looks like he recovered okay, though. But he's going to lose quite a bit of time now on the banking. Huge battle here at the back here for 10 through 14th. Group of cars all kind of clustered together, jockeying for position. Oh, and there goes Nico. Touching the grass, could not find the room to get into the bus stop. Huge moment for Nico. Unfortunate to see that. Hopefully he can recover and try to make something of this race. Pezzolato and Quaz jockeying for position here. Pezzolato actually being passed by both Dave, Martin, and Quaz on the probably using them, being sensible and just tucking into the slipstream. Ashley trying to make a move on the inside here of Costa. Will she be able to do it? Yes, she does. Actually driving really wide there, unfortunately, though. Overcooks it and loses the position she just gained, and loses another one to Giovanni West. But as long as she stays in the slipstream, she should be fine. It's like Randy making up to 10th. James Leader holding a 1.5 second lead. Huge. He should be out of the slipstream, so if he can keep it, he's going to basically snap in this race. But good battle for 2nd through 4th here, all separated by a mere 6/10, so they're going to come into this banking now. If they are smart, they'll work together to try to catch back up to James. But as James is only going to get faster as this race progresses, as he's famous for not practicing at all and just coming in and just kind of just winning. Adrian Pezzolato here at the rear of the group of cars here. Coming into the bus stop here shortly. Will anyone have a run? Pasha already back up to 14th. He's trying to recover. Hopefully he doesn't have too much damage from his incident. Unfortunately, I did not get to see what happened there, but coming to the bus stop here. Oh, Ashley very wide. almost taking out Daniel, but Daniel pretty sensible. He's going to lose another position because of that. But good all around to avoid any type of incident. Going back to the lead here. Looks like the second, all with the draft, looks like they gained 4 to 6 tenths on James. So if they can continue that, they will be able to fight back for the lead. Dave Martin trying to make a move on the inside here. Right on the all above the back of Martin Smith here, just like he was in the race before, filling up his entire rear view. But they can't fight too much. They have to get, if they want the lead, they're going to have to let themselves push each other back into the James' slipstream. Looks like Randy making a move on Ashley for 14th. Good pass by him. Giovanni opting for that wide line, getting a good run on Costa here. Pasha into 12th already as well. Good recovery from him. Looks like his car is a little damaged, but doesn't seem to be affecting his driving too much. Looks like Randy was off somewhere. Little argy-bargy between West and Pasha. Pasha trying to get his elbows out and getting through this position. Good turn, drive up here. He might be able to get past Giovanni West before the banking even starts. We're side by side. Either driver electing to pull back into the slipstream. Looks like they're gonna go side by side into the bus stop. Pretty risky given, but Pasha really has nothing to lose at this point. You just see that his top speed is not too affected by the damage he received. Looks like Dave Martin has dropped back a little bit, probably from Martin Smith. Probably lost the draft there. And Martin Smith actually pull away now and get into James Leader's slipstream. Like Pasha is gaining on Luke. Daniel tucking into the slipstream of Ashley here. He might be able to make something happen if he can get within. Outbreak her possibly. I think he's pulling alongside. Like on board with Adrian Pezzolato. Still, the cars 2 through 5 very close to each other. James is not really pulling away anymore, so luckily the top speed advantage they are getting from the slipstream is keeping this race very close. Pasha up into 11th now. Looks like somebody was off. I wasn't sure who it was. But three-way battle here for 10th. Between Pasha getting on the grass a little bit, getting a little bit, but he keeps it all good to go. Giovanni West with an amazing drive. And Mania and Costa work together to pull away from Pasha here. Pasha going down on the inside, very bold, taking as much curve as he can, and gets past Acosta. Oh, a little bumpy there. They're side by side. Elbows are fully out. Acosta will have the inside light. Pasha braking very late, though. Looks like Tyler wants to join this fight as well. And this is going to be an amazing four-way battle up the banking. Tyler alongside Acosta. Both of them are going to be able to get the slipstream off West and Pasha. Pasha tucking into West. Going to be a nice four-way fight here. Tyler looking to make a move on the inside, or he's going to push him forward. Pasha first into the bus stop. West taking to the grass very wide both times. He's going to have a horrible exit from that. But it looks like he managed to stay clean. Luckily for him, Acosta and Tyler are fighting each other. West getting a little bit of a bump. Tyler getting very, very close here. Looks like the top three are holding their positions. They've all kind of lost each other's slipstreams, so it's going to be very hard for anyone to really gain position. Very similar lap times from the back of the field here. But incredible battle these guys are going through. Tyler very wide though. Might lose a position because of that. Looks like he has quite a bit of damage. But he has the inside line going on west here. And he's going to get the pretty easy overtake from him. Daniel coming up to the back of the pack now. Hopefully he can make something happen. And an unfortunate start at the beginning. But he's all up on the back of Acosta. Looks like Pezzolato has caught up to Quaz. He's only 2/10 away. He might be able to make a move on the banking as well. And then on board now with West. A little squirrely. It's going to hurt his exit. He might not be able to keep within the slipstream now. But he's on Daniel on the back of Acosta. Will he bump draft, or is he? He's just gonna go for the overtake. It looks like. Gonna go on the outside, kind of risky, but he'll have a better drive outside the bus stop, possibly from doing that. They're gonna be side by side. Will they be able to keep it clean? West again, very, very wide, taken to the grass. But there's a huge four-way battle still. Looks like they've spread out a little bit now, so they might be kind of stuck. Top drivers all within, top three all within 1/10 the lap times of each other. But it's really gonna, who is gonna willing to like make the extra push and take the extra risk. On board with Saucepan Willie. He's playing away nicely from Kyle Woodward. All the Canadians come together here. Will they be polite as they pass each other, as they're known for? And it's still in the back of Acosta here, trying to see if he can get it past. I'm wondering why he's elected not to do a bump draft to try to catch up the drivers ahead. Maybe he feels like he just has the pace once he gets past. Willie up on the back of Pezzolato here, coming up to the banking. Will he be close enough to make a move? He's only 4/10 behind. He should have the slipstream. Daniel, very interesting braking there. I wonder if he had a little bit of moment. From what I understand, the drivers were complaining a lot about understeer here. So brake application to get the car rotated is very important. Willie only running through the bus stop. Doesn't seem he got the drive he needed to try to make a charge at Pezzolato. But you should be able to stay within close to give another go on the next lap. Tyler looking up at the inside for Pasha, only a half a second back. If he can just get in the slipstream, he might be able to make a charge for the top 10 position here. Pasha might have some compromised top speed, I don't know. Again, all three top drivers with top 5 drivers, except for James Leader, who was 2/10 faster, all within hundreds of each other. Very close. It's just going to be the minor differences that are going to determine who's going to win this race. Coming into turn 1 here. Tyler trying to keep it together. Apparently, in real life, on this track, the drivers are going 6 wide, as Jordan was talking about. That would be pretty incredible to see here. It's like Dave Martin up to third, but having quite a bit of pressure from Quaz. If Quaz can just close up just a little bit, he's going to have the slipstream and might be able to make a charge at Dave Martin here. Dave Martin tends to do good under pressure, though. It's when he overtakes, it's when he causes Tyler very late on the brakes there. Thinks about it, but backs out. Pasha closes the door firmly on that attempt, but he has a way better drive coming out here. If he can just take he's going to take the outside. Pulling out, though, he's going to lose a little bit of speed. He's going to have the better entrance into that corner. You know, again, right up on the back of Acosta. Only 3/10 back. He should have the run here. Back to 2/10. Tyler gaining on Pasha. He's going to go just for the overtake. Oh, he's going for the bump. Going for the bump draft. They're going to try to close up the gap to Jordan White in 9th. We're having a pretty quiet race. Much better than he thought he was going to do. And again, trying to pull out the outside. Going into the bus stop. Will he have the overtake done here? Side by side again. And Acosta just drives right past him. Daniel being very cautious. Not trying to overcook it and go into the grass. It seems that Tyler and Pasha are gaining it slightly on Jordan White, but it might to be seen if they can actually get up to the pack. Still within half a second here between Quaz and Dave Martin. Looks like they've lost this. Dave Martin has lost the slipstream to E2, so he will have to defend. Tyler looking on the outside of on turn 1 here. Gets a little squirrely. Gonna back off a little bit, give Pasha the space. Quaz all up on the backside of Dave Martin. 2/10 separating the two drivers going into the banking. Couldn't give him the podium position he's after. And it looks like Sauce-Pinelli also on the back of Pezzolato coming into the banking. Will the overtake happen? Pezzolato a little wide there. That might compromise him. Daniel very late on the brakes, going on the inside. Oh, very close, but gives Costas good clean racing from both of these drivers. Thinks it'll be sensible. Just pass him on the banking would probably be his best option here. I don't know if Willie has too much damage, but he seems to not be able to close the gap. It's holding at 2/10. Looks like Tyler, though, and Pasha are side by side. Pasha giving him quite a bit of space here. And they're coming into the bus stop. Side by side. Are they going to keep it clean? Tyler gets squeezed just a little bit, but excellent driving from both of these guys. Looks like Daniel got past Acosta finally. Tyler long side, point out long side. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. He got a little close there. Do not spin him, please. Looks like Wes is going to take advantage of these two squabbling and is caught close to them, both of them. It's going to be 3 wide coming across the start finish line. I guess we are going to see something. This is going to be interesting. Who will be braver onto turn 1? Wes backs off the earliest. Looks like both Pasha and Tyler coming into the side-by-side on turn 1. And this amazing camera angle for you folks. There we go. Daniel holding it. Just getting a little out of shape, but managing to consolidate his P13 here. Good battle between him and Acosta for a few laps now. Looks like Ashley wants to join the fight as well. Taking advantage of these two fighting. And we're coming up on board onto the banking of Quaz. Martin Smith has dropped quite a bit back. All these drivers are within a few tenths of each other. James Lear, though, pulling out a really impressive 2-second lead. And just a little bit back, we have the battle for 5th and 6th between Pezzolato and Saucepan Willie. Looks like they swap positions here. Lotto getting a little bit of that suck. Costa thinking about the move, thinks better of it though. I mean, a little bit of pressure behind too from Ashley. And there goes Daniel, he's off. Getting a little too squirrely on the power. Unfortunate. But he seems to recover pretty well. He might be able to drive back. If they fight a little bit, he should be able to get into the fight in those last 5 minutes of this race. Ashley pulling outside the slipstream here of Acosta. Martin Smith are under pressure now from Dave. Dave having a really good run here into 6th gear. Coming across the start-finish line. Oh, he's going for the bump draft. They want the win. They're not going to let James just drive away with it. Both the drivers with a very impressive getting 2/10. If they keep up those lap times, they'll be able to challenge James in the last lap. There's all up on the back of Willie. Willie going a little wide defensive there. Tyler getting pump drafted by Giovanni West. Working together to get past Pasha. Coming into turn 1 here. West a little wide, probably trying to get in a good run. Pasha maintaining a 2v1 here. Daniel already back into 14th. Good recovery from him. Challenging for this ongoing battle for 13th, 14th, and 15th. Giovanni West getting past both Tyler and Pasha here. Oh, Tyler disconnected. Unfortunate. Wonder what happened there. Dave Martin in a couple tenths. That's Lotto. Going for just a bump trap here. They think they can fight for P4. That's great to see. Unless he wants to wait to make the overtake stick a little bit. Going for again for the bump draft. Like Ashley again challenging Daniel, but Daniel manages to hold on the outside. She should get the run though on the banking here. I'm not sure how much damage Daniel got through. Dave Martin again going for the bump draft. They're within 1 second of James coming into 3 minutes left of the race. 9/10 now, 8/10. It's the gap is coming down, coming down, coming down. We're gonna see a last lap shootout probably for the lead here. Has a little all up on the back of Willie, trying to push him to get to closer to Quaz. Looks like Ashley is getting Daniel's point away slightly from Ashley here. She didn't seem to have the best drive off into the banking. Losing the slipstream. Daniel should be safe from this point on. Dave is just pushing Martin Smith ever closer to James. They might get a set. There's going to be 2 laps left, looks like, to challenge James. James down to 6/10 gap. James down to 4/10. They're going to have the slipstream coming onto this banking. Will James be able to hold it? I imagine they're going to get that. Dave is going to be pushing Martin the entire way. Dave going for the inside. Actually, he wants the possession. He wants second. Interesting. This is going to allow James to get a little bit more of a gap here. If these two keep squabbling, they're going to throw away P1. It's like Daniel getting actually pulling the gap back down to 5/10, down to, up to 7. Back on the lead here. Dave Martin consolidating P2. Maybe he's just thinking taking the points and going. James holding that 1 second gap now. 2/10 now separate Dave and Martin Smith. I'm guessing they're going to be fighting. James should be able to drive away with this now. Oh, Dave getting bump drafted just a little bit, though. Again, almost identical lap times from the top 3 here. Top 4, actually. Yeah, all such close racing here. Coming into this, the last lap of the race. Gap down to 6/10 for the lead, 5/10. Dave Martin coming up all in the back of James Leader. 4/10. He should have the slipstream if he holds this, and he might be able to get the overtake done. Dave needs an amazing drive off the line here onto the banking. Keeping the gap here at 5/10. Looks like Dave did get a good drive off that. Back on board with Daniel. Looking like trying to challenge for, again, Acosta for P12. Going wide. Oh, Daniel having a little bit of a moment. Coming on the banking now between Saucepan Willie and Pezzolato, separated by 4/10. Looks like the lead battle, we have 5/10 separating. But Dave Martin is not making any progress here. Gap holding at 6/10. It's like Acosta looking to challenge Daniel one last time on the banking. Here we go. The exit of the bus stop. Dave having an amazing drive. James Leader being gaining. Dave going for the win here. Pulls out alongside. They're going to be side by side. This is going to be so close. Oh my gosh. Dave on the last corner has pulled ahead of James. Is he going to be able to hold it here? James will have the inside. Staying in 5th gear here. And he does it. Less than a 10th. That is incredible. Great driving. What a finish. Good job to Dave Martin. Again, another win on the race 1. Jordan White coming into the P9. Much better than he thought he was going to do. Giovanni West in P10. Learning out our top 10. Pasha coming back to a good recovery from being a little incident. Nice little celebration from him. Alright, let's get some interviews going. Definitely going to have to interview Dave Martin for that incredible win. Dave Martin, last corner hero.
Oh, you had the race pace.
That was incredible strategy to see.
I didn't want to go for it as early as I did. I wanted to last lap it when me, Martin, and James were all right next to each other. But Martin, on the exit out to the oval, he went a little wide, so I don't know if you caught it on the broadcast, was able to sneak right up alongside him.
Yeah, I
It
saw
just
that.
Gave me that little bit extra I needed. But yeah, no, what a finish. That was honestly a really boring race, but the ending and the start were really fun. And yeah, I can't wait to go clip that finish on YouTube and go show everybody. So
Excellent. Good job, the win. Good looking race too.
thank you.
James Leader. We're leading up until the very end.
You can lead for 24 minutes and 55 seconds, and it doesn't matter.
Literally, though. Did you just was there anything you could have done better there, or is it just the slipstream was too powerful?
I could have got a better run out of that bus stop. I didn't get the best exit. I mean, it wasn't the worst. I lost maybe a 10th, but it was enough for Dave to get in the slipstream, and then just tried to hold the inside to make him go the long way around, and it slowed him down a little bit, but he just got a nose ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were less than a tenth separated. That was a really crazy finish. But you were dominating for a while. You had a 2-second gap for the longest time until Martin Smith and Dave were pump drafting each other to try to get past up to you.
Yeah, right at the start, Dave and Martin were kind of working together, and they set like I think it was like 11-7 came across the line, and I knew that I couldn't do that pace on my own, so I knew if they were working together it would be tough. But Dave made a mistake; he dropped like a second back, and then they stayed separated for a while. But then I think late in the race, couple laps to go, Martin slowed down a little bit, Dave caught up, and then they started bump drafting again, set a couple more 11s, and caught back up to me.
Yeah, but good race overall. How do you think you're gonna do in race 2?
Hopefully I'll be able to get through some of the mayhem in the first couple of laps and get back toward the front. But I think there's going to be a lot more battling in race 2 to try to make my way back forward again.
Yeah, it should be exciting to see. Good luck in race 2.
Thank you.
Pasha, quite an eventful race for you, but good recovery drive in the last part of it.
Yeah, that was something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was exciting to see. You had quite a good battle for 10th going on between like 4 drivers.
Yeah, that was fun. It seemed like everything was ending in another busted body panel, but it was a good time. I feel a little bad for I think that was Tyler that I bonked there on lap 1, coming back onto the banking, and then Jordan came in from. He says he was beside me the whole time, but I just saw a purple car appear in my lap, and but I was just gone. But yeah, I mean it's MX5s. You know, there's bumping, there's grinding. It's whatever. It's fine. It's fun.
Yeah, you got your elbows quite out a bit in that race. It was exciting to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, are you hopeful for a better result in race 2?
Well, I'm starting from the front, and I'm not too far off the pace. I'm by like a second or so. Hopefully, I can not get killed and kind of ride along and ride on somebody's coattails for some of the race and hope for the best.
Awesome. Good luck to you, and hopefully it goes better.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, going to start race 2 here in 30 seconds. Interesting reverse grid here. Looks like we're going to have Luke Baumeister join us. Incredibly fast man. Hopefully, or maybe not. I'm not quite sure. I'll just be in the chat. No, but he's there. P16. He's one to watch. He honestly might be in charge for the lead here. And here we go with the lights. And lights out, and away we go. Ashley bogged down a little bit here. Looks like Acosta might be able to, has already passed her. Pasha having also an incredible start, but will he be able to make anything happen on turn 1? Super late in the brakes, Pasha. Managing to, will he be able to hold it? Yes, amazing drive to, looks like they're going to be side by side with the Pasha, very aggressive here, going for that P1. Jordan White getting passed by Willie here, but staying out of trouble. Luke Bummer. Oh, there's contact. James Leader, contact. Huge pile up. Jordan White, unfortunately, in the worst end of that. Pasha manage, or James. Luke Baumeister already in P6 somehow from P16. Giving James the what for here. Incredible start from our resident from down under. Pause tucking in the back of Luke Baumeister here. Coming onto the banking here. This will be interesting to see what the drivers can do. Pause having a little bit of a moment here. Martin Smith should be able to get past him. Taking the slipstream of Luke Baumeister. But other than the event happening to poor Jordan White, the unlucky man that he is, everyone's staying very cautious here. Going to the bus stop, not wanting to risk anything on lap 1. Pasha though trying already 6/10 gap here. He might be able good chance for the win there if he can hold it. If there's a lot of squabbling going on. Coming through the bus stop. Pretty sensible with everyone. Jordan White getting a little squirrely. But he's on the back of the 3 cars. That's all getting passed by Giovanni West here. But he's still in the back of this train. So he's going to bump Ashley. Did not have the best lap 1. Hopefully she can make something of it. Looks like she's been pushed though outside of the train here. Jordan might also making a move on Ashley. Pasha's 7/10 back now. He's going to be clear of the slipstream. If he can run away with this, he's got a good chance to win here. Puzzle and Jordan swapping positions here. Ashley trying to hold it on the outside. Puzzle shuts the door though. On the grass she goes. That should give Jordan the position there. Looks like Acosta on the back of Pasha. Looks like Pasha had quite a moment. Down to 2/10 gap. James looking on the inside of Daniel. He's gonna come back though. Let Daniel have the position here. Should be able to get on the banking. Luke 7/10 back. Looks like the damage to James's car isn't too severe. And everyone coming up to the banking now. Pretty sensible. Falls up on the back of Martin Smith. Already pulling out as the banking begins. And he does get the overtake. Oh my god, I didn't, oh my god, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Oh boy. I'm sorry, folks. Oh my gosh. I'm an idiot. Oh well. But we still got 20 minutes of racing action. Thank you for the heads up, by the way. I appreciate it. It's like James side by side now with Daniel. Coming up to the start-finish line. Will he have the run? Pasha going for a little bit of a... Or Martin Smith going for a little bit of a bump draft here. Sorry. Fastest lap going to Luke. 2:12.0. Really good lap. Daniel being passed by both James Leader and Luke here. Like... Oh, Willie going very wide. James might have the position here. Coming up to the last corner before the banking. Very tight. Acosta holding up everyone. Pasha pulling away a 2-second, almost a 2-second gap here. Looks like Acosta is the cork in the bottle here. Martin Smith looking on the inside of Daniel. Oh, and there's contact. And he gets pit maneuvered, unfortunately, from... I don't know, I think Daniel didn't realize how close he was or something. But Daniel being taken out again, unfortunately. I'm not sure whose fault that was, but... Yeah, it does happen. It is my second broadcast ever, but, you know, it is what it is. Dave will yell at me, and then I'll be like, I'm sorry. There's a little braking early there, trying to be sensible going into the bus stop. Elpo getting a little bit out of shape in the bus stop there, giving Jordan a possible run. Jordan does take the position from Elpo. Good overtake from him. Now he's under threat from Ashley, who is in the slipstream. Elpo not having the best exit. He's going to go for the bump draft to try to stay ahead of Ashley. Ashley going way on the out white there. I wonder if she lost the car for a second there. coming into the start-finish line. Alpo really pushing Jordan White, trying to get to escape Ashley here. Luke Baumeister and Acosta, passing Acosta here. Will he be able to now bring down the gap? Pasha with a really impressive 2.3 second gap here. Willie and James Leader going side by side. James a little wide, but keeps good. Actually has a run on Acosta here. And he's going to take the inside and take the position, P2 or not. It looks like Acosta is fighting back. James breaks very late. Goes for the late apex here. Acosta also getting passed by Willie. Getting all kinds of out of shape. Now he's under pressure from Quaz as well. Horrible string of corners for him. He's just getting bullied hand over fist. And Dave Martin is even there too now. Acosta losing 4 positions in a matter of 2 corners. Quaz and Dave now running up to try to catch the front pack here. Will Acosta go for the bump draft? Looks like he's pulling alongside. He wants the, I think he wants the overtake. Not confident, bump draft Dave. Looks like they're all being a little bit sensible, breaking a little early here for the bus stop. Dave Martin and Acosta actually side by side. Someone gets a crazy run though. Looks like Martin Smith getting the really good run on Acosta, freeing Dave Martin from that pressure. James Leader actually passing Pasha for the lead of the race. Or I'm sorry, P2. It's like both James Leader and Luke are side by side going into turn 1. Pasha though staying with them, being really powerful, being cautious though. Luke braking pretty early there, but managing to hold the inside. James Leader is going to have quite a damaged car from that contact from earlier. All the drivers within 3/10. Pasha fighting back though, taking position back from James Leader. South Penn Willie as well. Huge 5-way battle here for the lead. Luke not driving away with it. All the drivers staying within 4/10 of each other. Willie fighting back and James now into P4. Really good stuff. James gonna have the inside here for he's gonna try to make a 2-1. Pasha having a clean though drive into the turn. He should be able to consolidate P2 there. Pasha within half a second of Luke. Hopefully he can stay within the slipstream and drive away. Luke having an incredible drive outside of that, up onto the banking, pulling out 8/10 now. Quaz going for the bump draft on Willie here, trying to catch up to the top 3. Going for the double bump draft. Oh, of course. I'm glad I could, it's a shame that you weren't here for the race. Race 2 is definitely way more exciting. And, yeah, it's been fun commentating it for sure. Well, Pasha getting on the grass, but managed to holding it. Only 3/10 separating him and James. Yes. Looks like Quaz does have the run on Willie here. He's going to go for the upper tape, or he's going to keep the bump draft going to try to close up the gap to the top 3. Pasha up on the backside of James Leader here. 1/10 separating the 2 drivers as they come across the start-finish line. Luke having a 1-second lap as to the P2 and 3 here. If they squabble too much, Luke is definitely going to drive away. Pasha very wide. He's going to be under pressure now from Willie. Martin Smith and Dave Martin having a quiet race coming up the field. Again, Willie super wide. Pasha almost loses it. And then Willie does spin in the end. I'm not sure if he was hit or if he just lost the car into traction. But Dave Martin into the podium positions again. That's going to be great for his championship. Looks like 210 separate the Luke and James from the rest of the field. Looks like we're going into the banking now. Warren Smith. Costa looking to get closer to Pasha here. Pasha all needs to keep his composure if he wants to consolidate any points. Costa going in for the bump draft. With Pizzolatto. Three-way. Oh, and Acosta's lost it. He went off the banking. That is very unfortunate. I think the bump draft just was not the best position for there. Pizzolatto taking advantage of that, going for the position on Pasha here. Side by side going into the bus stop. Pizzolatto braking later. But Pasha getting a way better run off the exit. He's going to drive right past Pizzolatto like he's sitting still. Pizzolatto going to tuck back into the slipstream. 1 second still separating first and second. It's like, will they look into Acosta, take a move on Acosta? Both these drivers had unfortunate events happen to them, but they're going to try to consolidate some type of points finish. I'm going to turn 1 here. I think everyone. We'll see if Dave Martin and Quaz can make a fight. It's like Pasha again and Pizzolatto side by side. Pasha up on the backside of Pizzolatto here. Gonna stay right with him. Looks like for the banking. Pasha going for the very late apex. Pizzolatto electing to keep it nice and tight. Quaz within 3/10 of Dave Martin. Should get the slipstream run here. Will they go for the P2 or are they going to simply fight for the last podium? Does Pasha have the exit now to try to fight back at Pizzolatto? Seems to have a much better exit coming out of the bus stop, so he might wait until then to actually go for the move. Quaz going for the bump drive. Dave Martin's car has seen much better days. It's like he's all kind of bumped up. So they're gonna go for a nice clean run through the bus stop, not trying to make any crazy overtakes. Pizzolatto trying to go for a better exit here. Pasha seems to have the run though. Seems Quaz dropped back a little bit from Dave. Maybe he didn't have a good exit from the bus stop. James and Luke almost identical pace. Patterson looking. Pizzolatto is not giving him any room whatsoever to try to make the overtake. All the drivers doing very similar lap times, all within the 2:13s except for the first two. Looks like we have. Well, I was looking to put a little pressure on Dave Martin here. Pasha again going for that very wide line. Looks like he's getting a better drive though than Pizzolatto. Back on board with Quaz here. 210 separating Dave very early on the brakes. Trying to maybe hold him back a little bit. But if Quaz gets a good exit out onto the banking, he's going to have a really good run. Pasha a little squirrely on the exit there. Could give Pezzolotto a good run there. I think Ashley making the overtake on Jordan White. Jordan having a little bit of a moment there. Will Jordan be able to fight back? Alright, Quaz still 210s coming into the bus stop. Alright. Will Pasha be able to have that superior exit he has? Pezzolotto going a little wide on the exit there. Should keep Pasha a little safe here for this lap. 7 minutes to go. Yeah, Pezzolotto definitely did not have the run there. Really trying to recover some of his race. Still behind Acosta in 410s. Looks like we have quite a few 211s from the top 4. Again, the 1 second gap separating Luke and James. James having too much damage, I think, to actually try to make a charge at Luke. Willie up on the backside of Acosta coming into turn 1. Putting on the pressure, not letting Acosta a little bit of a squirreliness right there. Here comes Quaz again, really close to Dave. I wonder if he's going to wait till the last lap to actually make a charge. Yep, he goes for another bump draft. Ashik again going for that wide line. Seems to be working out for him. And Willie just not letting it cost out of his sight, right up on the bumper of him. Coming into the Quaz again. He seems to not be able to keep the pace going through the banking. I don't know if Dave is just getting a better exit on some of these turns or if he's purposely trying to hold back. 9-10 separating the top 2 still. Oh, and Acosta again is bumped, but sensible. Good job from Willie to let him keep the position. Acosta just seems to not have a good relationship with the apron of the track. It's like the Pezzolotto and Pasha still jockeying for 6th and 7th. Both drivers are pretty evenly paced here. James making up 2/10 on Luke in that last lap. Maybe he's trying to make his charge now. Quaz not letting Dave out of his sight. Pasha all squirrely. But manages to hold it. Jordan White and Ashley fighting for the 13th position here. Still good points to be had from both drivers. Jordan White, I'm not sure what he's looking at, but looks like Spider-Man had a little bit of a attack on his car. But kudos to him for just trying to stick it out and make something happen. Again, 3-10 separating Quaz and Dave coming into the banking. See where that goes. Well, he's still trying to get past Acosta, but just can't manage it. Wonder if his straight line speed is just too affected by the damage he's received. Quaz has quite a run here. Goes again for the bump draft, trying to stay close, but the gap between them and the top 2 is actually extending regardless. On board with Willie here. He is alongside. But again, Acosta just stays ahead. Can't seem to get the run. Once he pulls out, he just gets gobbled up again by the straight line speed. Making attack on Elpo here, coming into the bus stop. We're going to be side by side. Will he give him the space? He does break later and does get the overtake. Great job to Daniel. So, but fastest lap for Luke, 11.7. Just crazy. And, oh, I'm sorry, that's Quaz with the fastest lap. 11.7. Fastest lap we've seen so far today. From either of the races. Willie trying, oh, almost outbreaking himself there, but manages to keep it clean with Acosta. Acosta very slow on the exit there. But he can't seem to find his way across. Dave managing to keep Quaz behind him. Actually pulling out a little bit early there. Dave on the inside. Gonna force Quaz a long way around. Acosta finally got passed by Willie, it looks like. But will he be able to fight back coming into the banking? Quaz again going for that bump trap. It looks like he's going to go for a last charge. So I don't think they can get close to Luke and James. Going again for the bump draft. It's going to be interesting to see how this last lap goes between can Dave stay in the podium positions. It's going to be great for his championship. I know he really wants to win this, and it'd be cool to see him be able to take a P1 and a P3 today. On board with Daniel here, fighting Elpo again. Elpo seeming to get the run before the bus stop. And I'm going to tuck into the slipstream. Oh, and Quaz has passed Dave Martin. Dave Martin has been overtaking for the last podium position. On board with Dave Martin, also looking like Spider-Man had a number on his car. Want to go for the bump trap here. And then Quaz opens the door. Is Dave going to take it? Oof, very, very close racing. Daniel having to run him Elpo here. Looks like he had a bit of better drive. This is going to be the final lap of the race now. Very close battles all throughout the field. Daniel and Elpo swapping positions. Looks like Elpo having a little bit of a drive away from Daniel here. Looks like Willie's also gained a considerable gap over Acosta. Hopefully he can hold that coming into the banking. Dave Martin 1 second back from Quaz. I don't think he's going to be able to get the podium position back unless Quaz makes a mistake. Pasha, not quite close enough to Pezzolato here. He might, if Pezzolato does not get through the bus stop correctly though, he might be able to get a good run. Going through the bus stop here. One last time. Looks like medium tidy from both drivers, so looks like P6 and 7 will stay. And we're on board with Luke as he's going to cross the line. P1. He's a little bit of a celebration here already from the legend from down under. And that's a great start from P last to P1 from Luke. Great drive from him. Dave Martin still with P4. Good points for him. Pesolano P6. And Pasha will follow him P7. Like Willie is going to be able to hold on to that P9 he was fighting for most of the race. Oh, actually, I think he might. Did he get? No. Okay. Elpo coming in for P11. But Daniel flying in for P12. And Ashley P13. Great racing from everyone. Let's do some last minute interviews before we end the stream here. Who do we want to interview? Let's grab Luke. Looks like we got quite a bit of donuts here. The legend from down under, P last to P first.
What's up?
Excellent drive. How was the race for you?
Yeah, it was eventful. I got pretty lucky in the first laps where I just
Yeah, it looks like you made
saw-
10 positions within like 3 corners.
yeah, I saw the carnage happening and just went nope and avoided that shit. So yeah, it was good.
That's awesome. Making everyone look like chumps as always.
I don't know, James was right there.
Yeah, I think if he was able to get close to your slipstream, it would have been because you guys were doing identical laps the entire race. So
Yes, I'm sure if you ask James, he will be hating on my consistency. That's probably what happens.
for sure. But excellent race for the. Glad you showed up. To at least
Yeah,
one of them.
I'm glad I made the last one, but yeah, I was out to dinner and it went a bit long. And I was in your chat asking if it was the first or last race. I
Oh.
was walking home. But yeah, luckily I got home just as the first race finished.
That's good. I'm glad we got to see you tonight. All right.
Thank you.
James Leader not able to catch Luke. Yeah, you guys were doing identical laps, but without the slipstream, I think it was just not in the cards to happen.
Yeah, I kept making a couple of small mistakes, and I'd lose a tenth here, half a tenth there, and he'd just be, either identical times or a little bit faster. I did knock off one 11.6, so I think I got fast lap of the race. So at least I can take that away.
Looks like you were a little bit part of the lap 1 carnage. What happened from your perspective?
Yeah, at the start of the race, I think people just kind of changing sides of the track, trying to make position, and somebody came over across the track and just nicked somebody else, and that kind of set that off. Somebody, I think, hit my door, but it didn't really damage me too bad, didn't spin me, so I kept going. A couple corners later, I don't even remember what set it off, but there were a couple cars in front of me that got together, and I jumped on the brakes and ran into the back of somebody. Got a little bit of damage, but it wasn't too bad. Just kind of cut through the grass and kept going. But yeah, went from the back to P5 because of those 2 incidents. A little bit of damage, but just superficial. Don't think it really slowed the car down.
Oh yeah, you were still doing really good laps, so. But congratulations on the double P2.
Thank you. Would have been nice to get a top step on one of those, but 2
Yeah.
P2s is not bad.
Not bad for showing up last second, I will say that.
Yep.
Great race.
Thank you.
Dave Martin, last interview of the night. Good finishes from you, P1 and a P4.
Yeah, I unfortunately threw. Well, I mean, I don't know if I really threw. I just got caught up in 2 different accidents in race 2 start on lap 1. So I don't know if you saw on the stream, but I couldn't see on my front windshield.
No, I made the comment that looked like Spider-Man got very angry with you. So, yes, but you seem to still hold P4 pretty well. Looks like you got out of shape at the end there. 1 second gap happened. Was there anything you could have done better?
Yeah, just keep it together. I think I probably could have still won, but I had a major cut in the second to last lap at the bus stop. So I don't know if you caught it on stream, but I was letting off and I was letting Quas by because
Yeah.
I gained half a second with that. And I mean, if I make a mistake here and there, that's one thing. But when you cut like that, it's just unsportsmanlike to keep going like nothing happened. And I don't want to be the one to set that tone. I thought the driving I did have was really good today. and I don't want to be the one to ruin that. So
Yeah, but good points haul for you today. You feel confident still with your championship?
I feel much better, especially considering Penguin unfortunately had to miss this round.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I won't be taking full advantage of him missing this round. I also lost so much time at Mugello just due to doing the same thing. I had an incident and I let off because I wasn't sure who was at fault. So it's just, yeah, no, I've lost time. I've lost in both of the second races. So I was in a messed up way kind of happy, you know. he missed this one, so I could make up for that points haul I lost last race.
Yeah. But yeah, good races overall. Race 2 was very exciting, especially lap 1, the crazy carnage that happened.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch what happened. I don't even I don't know what happened at the start. I don't know how there was a car sideways at the start for Miatas before everyone even got launching.
Yeah.
Like that was a sight to see. And I mean, stuff happens. I get that. So I'm sure when I watch it back, I'm gonna be, you know, like with most incidents, I'm gonna relate and I'm gonna laugh. But you know, still got to see how that happened because I would never imagine that. I would have never seen that happening.
Right. Yeah. Be interesting to see actually what happened to make a Miata sideways immediately. But,
Yeah. I would say too many RPMs, but I don't think you can get.
No, you can't.
Yeah, that car does not have enough torque to make it go sideways. So I'm sure someone didn't start and then someone else got hit as they were like slow starting. But yeah, no, I'm excited to watch that back. But no, thank you for commentating, and I look forward to watching it back. I also look forward to getting to watch not the start of race 2.
Yes, I messed up. I messed up.
Yeah,
But that
and
was
I
like
told
that was the one thing I did wrong, but I'll take it.
but,
No bans this time at least. There were no bans.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. And just to let you know, this is the last solo quali. I'll say on stream, I dropped the ball with that, not telling you that one. My bad.
Okay, it's all good.
So,
Jordan kept me company. So
yeah, I heard that's a qualifying worth going back to listen to.
yes, definitely. But, I'll throw you back in the race.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm gonna do one bonus interview because I want to hear Posh's thoughts on. You had a crazy start to race 2, 2-second gap. What happened?
Well, I had half the race where I just couldn't believe my good fortune. And then reality set in, and Luke and James caught up to me, and then Willie caught up to me, and in the ensuing battle, I completely locked the brakes going into the horseshoe and just slid right into Willie, and he managed to recover, but hit the grass as he was driving away and spun it, and I feel like dirt for that because it ruined his race, and it's all my fault. So apologies, Saucepan Willie. That is entirely my fault, and whatever ire you dished out to me, I entirely deserve. But it was a great race. Had a really good battle with Adrian for the second half. I just
Yeah, I was on
wish
board
it
for a
could have
lot
been
of
up
that.
front for a little bit longer, but you know, reality hits you hard, bro.
Yeah, Willie did have a good race though. He was fighting Costa for most of the race, and they were having a really good battle. So if that's any consolation to you,
Well, that's good.
I don't think he had a boring race as a result of that. So, but yeah, at least you got to lead some of it, and you did have a great start. Managed to avoid all the carnage behind you. So
Yeah, I had decent pace. I got out to, I enjoyed half the race in the lead. Can't feel bad about that. I just, I'm definitely not the fastest guy out there, so it was only a matter of time. I enjoyed it while it lasted.
yeah, you take the small victories, right? But yeah, it was fun to watch you and Adrian fight. And yeah, hopefully next race doesn't goes as well and for you. And yeah.
Well, I'm with the competition as hard as it is in this league now. A mid-pack finish is something to be proud of. So I'm happy with a P7 in the second race. It's fine.
That's good.
And yeah, on to the next one.
For sure. Yep, can't wait for it. Thank you for the interview.
Good times.
All right, folks, that is the end of the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry for race 2 once again. Again, growing pains. This is the second race I've commentated ever. So, but hopefully nothing crazy happens again. But Hope you guys enjoy and peace.